Hi and hello, what's up with you? I'm Bink, and here's a quick one for the first week of August 2019. But before I get started, here's a 30-second promo for my channel. All orders will put you on my mailing list. This announcement lasts about 30 seconds. If you find my reports interesting, please consider our products and services. Custom items, including media art magnets, prints, posters, tees, and garments. Advertising on the internet, Facebook, Google, and YouTube. Country Cat Family, my read-along children's picture books with conservative Western values. Hypnagogue, my paranormal, political, gothic horror novel set in the South. Bamboo sales for spectacular, exotic growth for beauty and privacy barriers. Is the Cohen impeachment campaign kaput? We've seen our beloved representative wage this war against Trump nonstop since the first day he was in office. Recently, Cohen's big reasons to impeach, emoluments, Russian collusion, and obstruction, fantasies elevated to fanatical obsessions, have been discredited by federal courts. Legal scholars have noted some of Trump's possible transgressions, but they are a long way from getting him thrown out of office. An end result that would delight the Dems before an election they are sure to lose. So the Dems want you to think they are on a high-minded mission to save American democracy, and reveals they are thinking about something else, that is, deflecting your attention from some devastating scandals right around the corner. I will briefly get into those shortly. How long can he keep dancing to a tune that has gone out of style, since the president's style is what mostly remains for reasons of impeachment? Remember, the Democrats pretend outrage beginning with Attorney General Barr's first letter about the Mueller report. Judging by the allegations Cohen promulgated on local and national media, that report was expected to incriminate Trump directly for violating the emoluments rule and committing obstruction of justice. It did neither, and recently federal judges took at least some of the shine out of the allure of Democratic impeachment by dismissing lawsuits regarding both emoluments and obstruction of justice. This all came down just about on top of the bumbling testimony of "that's not my purview" appearance of Mueller himself. His testimony had been positioned to get to the bottom of his report, that is, find out what he must have left out so the process of impeachment could really take off. Well, that not only did not happen either, but what did happen was the exposure of his apparent insulation and lack of awareness of even the major players. Oops on that one. Sure, Cohen can memorialize marginal legal technicalities that are documented in his big term paper, but the benefit of impeachment, even a failed one as this one will be, does two things for the Dems right now. It disrupts Trump's reforms to chisel away at the deep state and deflects attention from the as yet unprosecuted, and probably never will be, crimes, scandals, and humiliations of Clinton and the DNC. But the benefits of Cohen's drumbeat to impeach don't stop there. Best for the Democrats to keep the noise volume up. That's because there's a big turnaround coming. In spite of their loud rhetoric, the Dems have become the hunted instead of the hunter. The coming storm will carry within it the as yet undisclosed information about the Russia hoax, which Cohen and supporting media helped make famous with his unhinged allegations. Margot Cleveland, writing in last week's The Federalist, wrote in conclusion to an article well worth reading, quote, "So while the upcoming release of Horowitz's report on the FISA targeting of Carter Page is significant in its own right, the closing of the final IG investigation into the Russia collusion investigation promises to open the floodgates for previously undisclosed information and indictments. And President Trump's decision to authorize Barr to declassify documents and Barr's selection of U.S. Attorney John Durham to lead the investigation suggest it will only be a matter of time before the deluge." That's why Cohen and company are so rabid for the impeachment media extravaganza. It will drain at least some of the media attention away from these upcoming investigations. Attorney General Barr's probes launch a process that hopefully will help prevent our country becoming a big, lawless, corporate, deep state banana republic. Despite these series of defeats to impeach, Cohen is out there on his impeachment roadshow with mostly one-sided media. I had to respond.
Really think, and I haven't gone to some pollster and said, tell me this is my gut from going around, and just that people elected the Democratic House to put a check and balance on Donald Trump.
A check on Donald Trump, Mr. Cohen? That would be a check on huge job growth for blacks and a roaring economy, among other things. Again, it's personal. Cohen cannot find a good reason for why he has spent so much time and energy at the expense of his district in his personal impeachment campaign. Hence, the next question from one of the panelists.
That's why Trump district switched to Democrats. And if Democrats choose to impeach him and say he should be out, they're not going to vote against those people. They're going to go right on. That's why we put you in there.
But just respectfully, I mean, they also sent Democrats in to work on health care and work on infrastructure and other issues, kitchen table issues, I guess would be the argument, and that impeachment doesn't really meet
We're
that.
doing all of that.
Well, as a resident of his district, I see no visible benefit from his impeachment campaign for the city of Memphis. It has been called the third most violent city. Jobs seem to be on the increase, but that can be attributed to Trump policies. Exactly what good is impeachment for the city of Memphis, Mr. Cohen? And he deserves it because Trump is making headway into traditional Democratic voters. That's why you hear the Dems calling him, but what else? A racist. Thus, the Dems don't have to defend their record or come up with real solutions. The conversation dead stops at the personal racial slur. Now, thanks for watching. You can contact me at the email coming up. Please remember our merchandise, especially myartmagnets.com, that also includes custom prints, posters, and wall covering from my original designs. Visit myartmagnets.com to see the many ways you can use my one-of-a-kind, hand-assembled, high-quality magnets customized to you. Your personal messages will always be seen and remembered by friends, customers, and clients. It's no secret I work in commentary, so if they are rich enough, I offer designs reflecting those subjects on my art magnets and posters. These too are posted with new pictures and designs to the myartmagnets.com collection. You may have the option to add your messages on those media for groups, parties, and events, or ask us about designing your specific event graphic. And if you have a business or group, remember the targeted advertising on Facebook, Google, and YouTube. You or we can set up your accounts.